Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today I'm going to start a new chapter for the 12th Commerce IT students, that is database concepts using LibreOffice Base. In the beginning, we will have a brief introduction about the database. Then we will learn about the DBMS concepts, the components of DBMS, and the application of DBMS. So let's start step by step. First, let's see what is data. Data are the basic fact or values related to people, places, things, or events. Every task that a computer carries out works with data in some way. Without data, computers are pretty useless. It is therefore important to understand what data are and how to represent and organize data. Data can be in any form. It may be written, oral, computerized, or non-computerized. It can be a number also, character also, symbol, or a word. So data in its original form may not be of much use, but in processed form, if it is processed in a proper way, it generates useful and meaningful information. Now let's see the definition of information next. Processed data is called information in simple words. That is, information is the required result obtained from processing of data. It is the output which is generated through processing of raw data. It is important because it forms the foundation for decision making. A good example of information would be a computer itself. A computer uses the program scripts, formulae, or the software applications to turn data into information. Another example would be yours only. Take the student's example. Student names in a class are data, just collected names of the students. While when it is put in the sorted form from A to Z, that is, the names of the students are in alphabetical order, then it is called as information. Another thing can be a student's subject marks. They are the data, just raw collected, while his or her percentage of marks, grade, etc. are called as the information. So data are the basic facts or values, and information is the processed data to give meaningful results. Using these two concepts, let's move further to see what is a database. A database is an organized collection of related data. Stress more on these two words, organized and related. So a database is an organized collection of related data. Instead of having all the data in a list with a random order, a database provides a structure to organize the data. It is a collection of electronic records that can be processed to produce useful information. The data can be accessed, modified, or edited, managed, controlled, and organized to perform various data processing operations. One of the most common data structure is a database table. You all know what is a table. It consists of rows and columns. Each row is called as a record or an object or entity. So a database table is a collection of records, and the field corresponds to a column in the table and represents a single value for each record. So a field is also called as an attribute. In other words, a record is a collection of related attributes that make up a single database entry. The four purposes of a database are to reduce data redundancy, to control data inconsistency, to facilitate sharing of data, and to ensure data security. So, the database is an organized collection of information that can easily be accessed, managed, and updated. And most databases contain multiple tables which may include several different fields. For example, a school database that will include tables for admission, fees, marks, etc. Or a company database you can consider. This includes tables for products, employees, financial record, etc. So for organizations with many thousands of customers, this quickly becomes a large database. These organizations require some technical solutions to maintain secure databases. Therefore, to use a large database effectively, you can use a DBMS. So next we come to our actual topic now, that is the database management system. In simple words, a database management system is a specialized software which is designed to input, store, retrieve, and manage all the data in a database. It provides various functions that allow the entry, storage, and retrieval of large quantities of information and provide ways to manage that information. It also defines rules to validate and manipulate the data. It facilitates additional administrative operations such as change management, disaster recovery, and performance monitoring, among the others. So, our DBMS generally manipulates the data itself, the data format, all the field names, the record structures, and the file structures. DBMS allows users to create their own databases as per their requirement. The term DBMS includes the user of the database and other application programs. DBMS includes the user of the database and other application program. That means it provides an interface connection between the data and the software application which you are using. Some main examples of database applications are computerized library system, ATMs, flight or railway reservation systems, etc. All of these applications we will see in the later slides. And some of the most commonly used database management systems include programs like MySQL, Oracle, MS Access, MS SQL Server, etc. These were the most commonly used DBMS programs. Next, let's switch over to some advantages of DBMS. First one is it controls database redundancy. DBMS stores all the data in one single database file. It is centralized and that recorded data is placed in the database. Sometimes there are technical reasons for maintaining multiple copies of the same data. So this redundancy can be controlled in the DBMS. Second is data sharing. In DBMS, the authorized users of any organization can share the data among multiple users. Such structure and easy access makes it possible for the end users to respond quickly to changes in their environment. Third one is improved data access. DBMS makes it possible to produce quick answers to ad hoc queries. If a query is issued to DBMS for data manipulation, it will send back an answer to the application. So we get a quick response. Improved data security is the fourth one. Data should be secured when it comes to database management system. The big corporations have to invest considerable amounts of time, effort, and money to ensure that corporate data is always used properly. DBMS provides a framework for better enforcement of security and privacy policies. Fifth one is backup and recovery. It provides a backup and recovery subsystem which creates automatic backup of data from hardware and software failures and restores the data if required. If a computer system fails in the middle of a complex update program, the recovery system is responsible for making sure that the database is restored to the state it was in before the program started executing. Sixth is integrity can be enforced. Integrity of data means data in the database is always accurate. In order to maintain integrity of data, some constraints should be enforced on the database. And a DBMS provides these capabilities for defining and enforcing the constraints. And the last advantage is multiple user interface. It provides different types of user interfaces like GUI and API, that is the graphical user interface and the application program interface. So these were the different benefits of DBMS, but it certainly has some drawbacks. So now let's see some disadvantage of the database management system. First one is increased cost of hardware and software. DBMS requires a high speed of data processing and large memory size to run DBMS software. The cost of maintaining the hardware, software, and the personnel required to operate and manage a database system can be substantial. Training, licensing, and regulation compliance costs are often unheeded when database systems are employed. So cost will be in maintenance, training, licensing, and regulating. Second one is the size. DBMS occupies a large space of disk and large memory to run them efficiently. Since DBMS is an extremely large piece of software, it occupies many MB of disk space and requires substantial amounts of memory also to run efficiently. That makes it a disadvantage. Third one is complexity. Database management system creates additional complexity and requirements. The changes introduced must be properly managed to ensure that they help advance the company's objectives. And also security issues must be accessed constantly. Fourth one, higher impact of failure. Failure is highly impacting the database because in most organizations, all the data is stored in a single database. And if the database is damaged due to electric failure or some corruption, then the data may be lost forever. Since all users and applications rely on the availability of DBMS, the failure of any single component can bring all the operations to a halt. Fifth one, frequent update or replacement cycles. DBMS vendors frequently update their products by adding new functionality. Some of these versions require hardware upgrades. Not only do the upgrades cost money, but it also costs money to train database users and administration to properly use and manage the new features. So these were the 5 most considered disadvantages of DBMS. Next, let's see some components of the DBMS. DBMS have several components, each performing very significant task in the DBMS environment. First one is the software. It is a set of programs used to control and manage the overall database. This includes the DBMS software itself, the operating system, the networks being used to share the data among users, and the application programs used to access data in the DBMS. The DBMS software provides an easy to use interface to store, retrieve, and update data in the database. Second is the hardware component. This consists of a set of physical electronic devices such as computers, input-output channels, storage devices, etc. that create an interface between computers and the users. This DBMS component is used for storing the data in the database. Third one is the procedure. These are the general rules and instructions that help to design the database and to use a DBMS. These are used to set up and install a new DBMS, to log in and log out of DBMS software, to manage DBMS or application programs, to take the backup of the database, or to change the structure of the database. So all this is done by the procedures. Next is the data. Data are the basic facts of values, as we have already learned. It can be numbers, characters, pictures, etc. The main task of DBMS is to process data. Here, the databases are refined, constructed, and then data is stored, retrieved, and updated to and from the databases. It contains both the actual data also and the metadata also. Metadata means description about your data. And last one is the users. Users are the people who control and manage the databases and perform different types of operations on the databases in the database management system. For example, you have application programmers, end users, data administrators, etc. So these are the 5 basic components of the DBMS: software, hardware, data, procedures, and the users. So after this last topic, what we'll be seeing is the various applications of DBMS, where the DBMS is applied. First, we'll see the airlines and the railways. There are online databases for reservation, and they display schedule of information also. So here when we are booking, we are booking all of the customers information goes in the database in the airline company also, and the railways reservation system also. Second is banking. Here you can maintain a database for customer inquiries, accounts, loans, and other transactions. When I say education, the third application, database systems are frequently used in schools, colleges for their course registration, result, student details, staff details, attendance, and fees details, etc. Fourth one is telecom. Here you can have a database for communication network, the telephone numbers, maintenance, record of calls, generating monthly bills, etc. So for all these you require a database to store. Fifth is e-commerce. Business activities such as online shopping, booking of holiday package, consulting a doctor, etc. These all records are to be stored in a big file. For that, you require a DBMS. Sixth is human resources. Organizations use databases for storing information about their employees, salaries, benefits, taxes, and for generating the salary checks. Seventh, the library management system. There are thousands of books in the library. You have seen our library. So it becomes difficult to maintain record of all of the books in a register. Therefore, DBMS is used to maintain all the information related to book issue dates, name of the book, author, availability of the book, etc. in the database. So here you require the DBMS. Next is social media sites. Daily you have millions of users signing up for social media accounts like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Google Plus, etc. All this information of users, their connections to other people is stored in the database file. So here also this is an application of DBMS. Ninth is finance. The DBMS can be used in finance for storing sales, holding information, and finance statement management, etc. And last application is the manufacturing. Manufacturing companies make products and sell them on the daily basis. We'll keep a record of all details about the product like quantity, bills, purchase, supply. DBMS is used. So these were the applications of DBMS in various fields. So students, today we had a brief intro of data, information, database and database management system with its advantages and disadvantages, components and the applications. So in the beginning of the chapter, you must have got a brief idea what is a database and what is the database management system. Try to understand it so we can proceed with the chapter ahead. Thank you.